Hey guys! So it's Miss Byers again, and I'm going to chat with you today about Great Britain. Oops. So, to kind of give you, since we don't have the map in your school to look at, here is where we are, approximately, and Great Britain is over here. It's this yellow island right here. So, it's quite a ways away from where we are. When the last time I went, I had to fly to here, and we had to stop so that we could get more fuel, and then I flew all the way across the Atlantic Ocean to get to Great Britain. All right, so this is a little bit more of a close-up, sorry, it's a little fuzzy, of what Great Britain looks like. Great Britain is made up of 4 different countries: Scotland, which is up here in the north and has lots of little islands, England, which is this bit here, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Now, I've only been to England and Scotland. I haven't yet been to the other 2, but one of these days I'll get there. So this is in London, which is the capital of Great Britain, and it's what's called the Underground or the Tube. So it's a train that you ride, kind of like tracks in downtown Salt Lake, if you've seen that. And you ride it, but it's underground. So you can see we've got these huge tunnels that it goes through. It's really cool. I love the underground. They also have these red double-decker buses. So on the bottom here, you can sit here or you can sit up top, which I have done, and it's really fun. You're up really, really high when you are in that. So it's a lot of fun to do. This is a bridge called Tower Bridge and a little bit of a fortress called the Tower of London. They have a lot of really, really old buildings there. This one is from about the 1800s, so about 200 years ago, give or take. And this one is even older. This part is newer, but the original part of the tower, called the White Tower, was built in the year 1070-ish, somewhere in there. So that's over 1,000 years ago. So they have a lot of really, really old things in Britain. This is something else that's really famous. This is called the Houses of Parliament. Their parliament is kind of like our Congress. This is where their government is. And this is the clock tower that houses a bell called Big Ben. And it's very, very famous. All right, so there's another picture down from the ground of Big Ben, and then you can see another double-decker bus. This one doesn't have a top, so you can see everything around it. And then this is another picture of the Tower of London, so it's kind of like a castle. It's a big fortress, and this is where the crown jewels are kept. So the Queen of England, because they have a queen instead of a president, and this is where she keeps all of her coolest crowns and jewelry and big diamonds and jewels and all sorts of things. This is also used to be a prison and is where they would execute or kill people who had done bad things. They don't do that here anymore. All right, this is the oldest part of the tower that I was telling you about. It's called the White Tower because, as you can see, it used to be painted white, and it was built in around the 1070, something like that, so over 1,000 years ago is when they started building this. All right, this is the entrance to the Tower of London or Edinburgh Castle. I can't remember which one, but you can see there's a bridge. In olden times, this would have been a drawbridge, so they could lift it up so that they could keep people from getting in that they didn't want to get in, because you would hide in these castles when you were being attacked so that you wouldn't get hurt. Okay, this is Edinburgh Castle up in Scotland, and as you can see, it's got lots of different layers and buildings, some of which are really, really old, hundreds, if not over 1,000 years old. So they also have a lot of green because they are an island in the middle of the ocean, and so they have a lot of water there compared to here. All right, this is a picture of some armor that a knight would wear. So as you can see, it's all made of metal, and there'd be metal here on their arms and covering their legs, and they would use this to protect them from swords and arrows. This is a set of stairs in one of the towers in one of the castles I visited. So as you can see, the stairs are really, really narrow. This one is about as wide as an adult's foot, and these ones, like here, this is probably smaller than your foot. So you can see they've got a rope to help you, and they've got a railing to help you because otherwise you would just fall down the stairs. They made stairs like this partially because it would be harder for people who are trying to get into your castle to get up those stairs to attack you. This is the British Museum. So it has different sculptures and jewelry and coins and all sorts of things from all over the world, including mummies from Egypt, and just, if you can think of it, they've probably got some of it here. These are some of the statues that are in the British Museum. They are from Greece, and as you can see, they're really, really old, and they've been falling apart. They don't have any heads, they've lost their hands, they've been really worn down by the weather, and now they're hanging out at the British Museum where everyone can see them. This one is really cool. It's from a place called Babylon. And if you stand right in front of it, so you stand looking at it this way, it looks like it has 2 legs. But if you stand on the side, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 legs. So if you're looking at it from an angle like I am, this thing has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legs. So they designed it so that it would look like it had the right number of legs if you were standing to the side or to the front, with kind of a funny number of legs if you stood from the side. And then this is some of the Egyptian stuff they had. These are pictures from a tomb in Egypt. So we have probably the pharaoh here and all sorts of different people and things and hieroglyphs painted there as well. This is a place in a city called Bath. And it's called that because these are the Roman baths. So the Romans would build big public bathhouses, and everybody would go swimming and taking a bath there. And this is one of the original pools. They've kind of excavated it and dug it up so we could find it again. As you can see, that water is not looking so good anymore. That is really the color of the water. There's some kind of fungi or algae in it that makes it green like that. So you probably wouldn't want to go swimming in it now. All right, and this is some of what was on the original temple by the baths. And you can see we've got a face, but there's a whole bunch of chunks that are missing. They just broke or got destroyed or got taken away, and so we don't have those pieces, but this is the pieces we do have. And then this is down closer to the water, so you can kind of get a closer look at what that water looks like. And then people would come in and they would bathe in the waters, and it was supposed to help them if they were sick or their bodies weren't working right. It was supposed to help them get better. Didn't always, but that's what it was supposed to do. All right, and that is just a little bit about Great Britain. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm sorry I couldn't see you guys in person, but at least we could do this video.